how do you engage with impact investing for any of the non-billionaires on the phone? So basically, I think what is amazing about engaging in economic activism, we only get to vote every 4 years, right? But money is the vote you make every day. And that can be where you choose to spend it, right? I really appreciate whoever threw in the chat box. Same on my personal website. I have like, here's the link to Amazon for my book, but if you can support Busboys and Poets, that's way better. Here's the link for that, right? And yes, it is a major price difference. Going to be upfront about that. But you get to make that choice, right? And sometimes there isn't a price difference, depends on the product. But that where we spend our money and what we view as important is a really major vote for us to take. Second is that we get to do that not just through our own bank accounts, but through our institutional connections. So if you are part of a corporation that is doing investing, if you went to a university, that if you ever donate to them along your check saying, hey, where is this money going? How is it being invested, right? Checking out the endowment there. If you have a family member that works for the state or is a teacher, they are likely connected to a multi-billion or trillion-dollar pension fund. And that some of the pension funds like CalPERS in California, NYSERS in New York, have been some of the most active in terms of corporate reform. So noting that you don't have to be the billionaire to get to act like one, right? And I think that's the opportunity that we often miss. Then in terms of individual opportunities for participation, there are more platforms, and anything that I'm sharing is financial education. It's not financial advice. I am a registered investment advisor, so I speak compliance very fluently. That there are platforms like Open Invest, like C Note, that have, as low as $1,000 minimums to be able to jump in on impact investing. Calvert Notes as well. Some of these are going to be debt, some of these are going to be stocks, different types of tools that you can use. I would note that the easiest thing is to just check out where you bank. One of the, I guess I would note that along with investing money, which is the main activity of Candide Group, we've been very active in changing the culture of money, right? And getting people to really think about where is their money spending the night, and that regardless of your wealth level, that this is the opportunity that you have. And we've done a lot of this through our nonprofit side of the house, which is called Real Money Moves. And to just give an example there, if anyone on the line is banking with Chase or Wells Fargo or Bank of the West or BNP Paribas, that you may or may not be aware that as the family separation, I would say scandal, was rocking the US and rocking the US border, that 70% of those immigrants were held in private facilities, right? Companies that are making as much as $700 a night. We might as well have been putting people up in the Ritz-Carlton, right? And because private prisons are structured as real estate investment trusts, they depend on billions of dollars of bank financing. And that meant if your money was at Wells Fargo, there was the chance that it was getting deployed to the private prisons locking up immigrants. And that have always been part of the criminal justice system in the US, right? We incarcerate more people than any country on the planet. So we, along with the Families Bond Together Coalition, led this massive campaign that ultimately, and once again, building on decades of work, did convince 8 of the largest prison financiers to commit to stop financing private prisons. So Wells Fargo, Chase, BNP Paribas, all those same things. So we're very happy to say that. But the point is that if you are banking with a mainstream bank and you don't know where your money is spending the night, you might not be so happy, right? And that on realmoneymoves.org, we have a list of community banks and Black-led banks that are options for people who want to just take that first step of have your checking account somewhere else. Can be a great move to slide into impact investing.